All right, welcome back, everybody. Let us kick off the second half of our meeting with the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. I would like to now introduce our main speaker, Sugar Bear.
He said we're on yeah, well, hey, $20 is $20, okay? First and foremost, I'm an addict they call Sugar Bear.
Sugar Bear.
Actively seeking recovery, no longer seeking drugs, and in spite of what happens in my life, I'm excited and grateful for this new way of life. If you're new, welcome. Welcome to a wonderful way of life, man. Welcome to a program that'll exceed your expectations if you only give yourself a break. There's some preambles that we read around here. We read them for a reason. It gives us the opportunity to have some identification. See, Narcotics Anonymous gives us the opportunity, first and foremost, to identify for ourselves to see if we're even an addict in the very beginning of the book. I only speak one language, I have one sponsor, and I work one program. It's the program of Narcotics Anonymous. If you operate underneath the pretense of one of the other A's, I want to thank Alcoholics Anonymous for doing what they did and giving us the opportunity to create what we have today, because we were founded on AA, okay? Not to leave them out in any way, shape, or form, or make them less than. We're not in combat or we're not in combat or confrontation with any A around here. We're all the same.
That's right.
Except for one exception. See, when I say I'm an addict, it's all inclusive. It doesn't matter. I can become addicted to popcorns, peanuts, pussy. All you got to do is pick one. The reality is, for me, is that I'm fucked up. I'm sick. I'm a sick individual. Oh, language. See, I'm broken. I apologize. So I share the way I share because this is the only, I can only give you something that I have. I can give it to you in the way that I know how. You know, and this is my truth, right? And this is how it was given to me. So I share it in the way that it was given. I have my experience, strength, and hope, but Narcotics Anonymous has one message. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Yeah. I said, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Because see, Narcotics Anonymous is a program for learning. Okay? They have a 12 set of principles in which I apply in my life today as tools that allow me to continue to live this way of life. You know, they say, who's an addict? Very simply, an addict is a man or woman whose life was controlled by drugs. That was me. I was able to identify right away, immediately, I was an addict. See, I didn't know the disease of addiction was running through my life rampant before I even knew. See, life wasn't what bed of roses. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I didn't grow up in a good neighborhood, in a good house with a good opportunity. I grew up with two addicts. And the first expression that I got and the introduction that I got to this new way of life, which I'm talking about from the day I was born, that was a new way of life for me, right? Not this new way of life in recovery. I'm talking about just a way of life. The first piece of trauma, the doctor slapped me on my ass. That was my first piece of trauma. I didn't even know it. So instantly, I'm mad at the world because it's a violent place. All of a sudden, I'm trapped in this environment that I see as hostile, angry, because I'm watching other people do things that I want to do. And growing up, my parents, I don't know what kind of household you grew up in. But like I said, this is my story. So I grew up with a mom who prostituted herself, a dad that was pimping my mom and her friends. My house was the dope house. My house was the trap house. I grew up going in the other room to go get lighters and matches and beers for everybody who was doing their thing in the bathroom, the kitchen, and the living room. I remember seeing my first OD. I was 5 years old, and they picked the dude up, walked him outside, and threw him in the alley. Turned around, went right back in, and started getting loaded again. Like, this is what they gave me to cultivate an opportunity to live a good way of life. But see, it wasn't until I got to Narcotics Anonymous when I heard a lady share, and she shared my mom's story. And I was able to hear my mom speak to this young lady, speak directly to me, And at that moment, when I started hearing this share, I was forgiving my mother at the same time because my mom was under something that was stronger than her. See, the disease of addiction is a powerful, cunning, and baffling disease. It was stronger than her. I didn't know that. I just thought my mom didn't care about me. I was a straight A student. I was an athlete. I did everything right. I kept my clothes clean. I kept my room clean. I did everything I was told to do. But see, there wasn't an opportunity for investment in my childhood because I was the adult early on. There was no childhood. I was taking care of my parents. They weren't taking care of me. So I didn't have the opportunity to arise to the potential that I thought I could become. The truth of the matter is I took the disease with me. It was given to me as a child. Now, I don't know if the first time that I took a hit, that a disease, that an addict was born, or if I was born an addict. I don't know the difference. What I can tell you is that my disease took off when I did get loaded for the very first time. And the first time I got loaded was in fantasy. Every Saturday morning, I would get up early. I would get my brother and my sister, would show up in the living room, and would sit at the TV, and we'd watch cartoons and eat cereal. And that was the first time in my life that I could see myself drifting off into an opportunity to be somewhere other than where I was. Because didn't you know that being in oblivion was better than my reality? See, I was always ghosting an opportunity to live in fantasy no matter where I went. And let me tell you how. See, I would dress myself up and I would go fuck with certain people. Damn. I'm trying, right? I'm getting better. But I would dress myself up to entertain this character that I wanted you to see so that I could make you like me. I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood, so it was a little rough for me. Because didn't you know, everybody wanted to fight me. But they found out not to. You know, I'll break them off real quick. Because I'd even the odds. See, even then, the disease was active. Because I'd pick up a brick, I'd pick up a bat, a pole, whatever it was, that I had even the odds to make sure that you wouldn't mess with me. See, because I had to let you know I was tough, when in truth, I was scared as shit. I was scared to death. Right? Hey, shit is better than fuck. I'm just saying. The truth of the matter is we have fun around here in Narcotics Anonymous, right? And not all of us are perfect. The people who have time around here, we're learning and we're growing. Because I want to share with you like where I'm at right now in my life, man. I gave you a little bit of my past, but I got to let you know like where I'm at now. I thought after 5 years, man, like my life would get so much better, that I would have everything I want, and that my prediction of where I would be so much greater than where I really am. But I'm doing so much better than I thought I would be too. See? It's difficult sometimes, right? Because I don't want to share over your guys' head. I want to relate, you know? And I remember being back in rehab myself, and I can identify, man, of not wanting to be there. I can identify when they would walk around, they'd hand me one, it was nothing more than a piece of paper. But I'm gonna tell you how angry I was. They would walk in, it was called a write-up, and they would hand it to me. And I would get so angry. Like, I'm talking about where I wanted to throw the dude through the window, over the rafter, and you know, out the house. Until somebody changed my perspective and said, hey man, there's another piece of paper that'll counteract that piece of paper that is called a grievance form. And all you gotta do is tell your side of the story. And I was like, man, I ain't doing that, that's ratting. I ain't doing that, I don't live like that. I got a code that I live by. We don't tell on people around here. Somebody said, well, if you don't tell on somebody, you might not save somebody's life. Somebody came into the rehab that I was staying in at the time I was there, and they brought something in. 18 people went out. 6 of those people died. You know, and it affected me. It affected me in a major way because that was the first time I went through death clean. You know, and I got real close to this guy because I was sitting up in this apartment. I was all by myself because it was during COVID. And I remember because I'm diabetic and I was having a diabetes attack because my blood sugar was dropping. And what he did was he ran across the street. He broke code because the people wouldn't come that were operating the place. They wouldn't come to get me, to help me, to save me when I was calling them on the phone, telling them I was having a problem. They all will get to you. And he ran across the street and he bought me a chocolate bar and he set it right in front of the door. And then he went into his apartment and saved my life. You know, and he was one that went. He was one that died. You know, we get close to people around here. You know, we root for one another. We hug each other like survivors of a near-fatal catastrophe, man. I don't know about you, but I was headed for death when I got here. And they gave me a reprieve, which was a postponed punishment. All the things that I thought I was gonna do, or I thought I was gonna live, and what the code I lived by, and where it was gonna get me, it got me nowhere. It was fake, it was fantasy. It was something that somebody taught me how to behave. And I was misinformed by misinformed people who were in prison and came out of prison and started teaching me things that had nothing to do with living life. They weren't teaching me how to balance checkbooks and how to gain credit and how to buy houses and how to get property. They weren't teaching me that. They were teaching me how to sell drugs, mule drugs, and use drugs at the age of what, 9? My mom went to prison when I was 9. I went to stay with my grandparents. We moved to New York. So I stayed out in New York. That's a whole nother beast. Growing up out there is a whole nother beast. And then I had to come back to California as a teenager, and I too went to Poly. And I played ball at Poly. I played 4 different sports, and I could have went all pro. But the disease of addiction, like I told you guys, it was already active in me. I wasn't using drugs yet, but I was using other things. I was chasing other things, and I was already thinking like an addict. See, my sponsor taught me early on, man, he said, just because you think like an addict doesn't mean you have to act like one. See, these are the principles that prevent me from operating under the pretenses of a defect. See, a defect is nothing more than a humanistic trait blown out of proportion by a selfish self-centeredness. And what that means and looks like to me is that when I see something that I want, it doesn't matter if I want that red hat back there. It don't matter. Any of you guys sitting right here, ain't all y'all gonna get hurt in the process. Because it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get to that red hat. And see, that's how I lived my life. I hurt people in every direction, you know, and it wasn't until I got here, man, that those of you who know me, you already know, Curtis. Like, I'm a whole different individual today. But behind closed doors, I'm an asshole. This is what you don't see. Behind closed doors, I'm short-tempered. Behind closed doors, I'm an individual that you guys don't get to see all the time. Some of you guys do, because the closest get the mostest. You're going to get my direct opinion. I'm going to be direct sometimes. I'm going to be an asshole sometimes. And sometimes I'm going to be a loving, caring individual. Because that's how my program works. Because I'm human. And these defects that I have, they just come up. I don't even know I'm using them until it's like, oh, and then I can see somebody. I'm like, damn, man. I can see the pain all over your face. And I'm like, I'm sorry I hurt you. How much time I got? Because I want to know what direction to take this share to, right? 22 minutes. 22 minutes. I want you guys to take a minute, man. For all those of you that are listening and present right now, look next to you. Look to your right and look to your left. Look around the room. Just take a minute, look around the room. Not one of us here are the same age. Not one of us here are the same color. Not everyone here comes from the same background. Each one of you have your own story to tell in a way that is going to be told in only the way you can tell it. But you got to stay clean. Staying clean must come first. I want to take the opportunity to walk you guys through this process that I learned called Narcotics Anonymous and the 12 Steps. See, who has the how it works? Where's the reading how it works?
There on the table.
This reading is the most special reading to me. Only because I look like I'm bald, but I'm really blonde. I'm just to let you know, because sometimes I have these moments where I really don't see things the way they're supposed to be seen, because I told you, I'm an addict. I live with the disease of addiction, you know, and the disease of addiction is centered in my thinking. So everything that comes from my thoughts come from the disease, right? I was sitting here reading how it works one day, and I didn't even know that these were the 12 steps. And it says right here, if you want what we have to offer and are willing to make an effort to get it, they're asking you a question. So each and every one of you individually have to ask yourself, do you want what we have to offer? Do you? Because some of y'all don't really want it. Because this isn't a program for people that want it. It isn't a program for people that need it. This is a program for people that do it. We're like Nike around this. All right? Yeah. Good job. Right? See? I'm learning. Yeah. We get better around here. When we become aware of our defects, we can stop them. See that? I can't remove a defect. I don't have the capability. I don't have enough strength to remove those defects, so I have to call on a power greater than me, which I call God, which is good orderly direction, which honestly is all of you. Right. See, tonight I don't know where I would be, but somebody, and I want to thank you, Roxy. Thanks for having me, man. You know, because I'm not an alumni of Fred Brown, but it's always an honor and a privilege to be able to come and share anything about what Narcotics Anonymous has done for me in my life, right? So back to how it works, you know, because this is it. This is how it works. Make no mistake, do not sleep on this reading. This is it. This is the meal ticket. This is the one. Once you identify with who's an addict and what the program is, and you can answer that, and you can answer those two questions, welcome to Narcotics Anonymous, right? Narcotics Anonymous is for specialized people with a special set of skills that are only understood by few. That's you. You're special. And I'm not talking about the special that rode the school bus with the helmet and the little short bus. Because I know some of y'all were on it. I know because I was in the back licking windows looking at you in the front. Don't deny it. It says, then you're ready to take certain steps, right? These are the principles that made our recovery possible. See, your predecessors are speaking to you from the grave, from beyond, because they're the ones that wrote this literature. They wrote it in a way that we could understand and relate and identify, because, see, I need to hear somebody's story about what they're going through, what they're experiencing, and what they've been through, and how they stayed clean. My ride in recovery has not been easy. By no means. It's been fun as hell, though. Not gonna lie. I got some good experiences, you damn right. That's why I wear helmets when I ride my bike. Crash dummy. I wear them to bed too, you know, just letting you know.
He does.
There's the truth about the matter, man. It's like this, bro. Like, I lost my mom in recovery. I got clean. I had about 16 months, and she passed. I just moved out of rehab. I had like 15 months. I moved out of rehab, got our own place. You know, when you know it, like I did everything backwards. Like they told me, don't get into a relationship. I definitely did. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen somebody who had a little more time than me. She had a car. She was going to school, and she could get me out of rehab. She could take me somewhere, right? Because, you know, that's how I think. That's how players think, man. What can you do for me? What can I get from you? How can I operate? I didn't know the tables were going to turn. Look here, I didn't know. I didn't know what I was up against. When she told me she was crazy, she meant it. You know what I'm saying? There's 57 personalities in there, and I'm still trying to figure out which one I like. You want to figure out if you got a good program? Get into a relationship. Because either you're going to practice this program right here, or you might go out. You know, pink and green. That's what they told me. Those are the two things that have somebody going out faster than anything else. And if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm not going to tell you, because Roxy's back there with her eyes on me, and I said I'd do my best to be good. I'm just saying. Not only did I lose my mom, man, but there was a time where my car broke down. I'm talking about blew the motor. In the same week, I blew a brand new bike I just bought from Harley, blew the motor. And then after that, her car blew up. We lost the house. Like, all this happened in a week. Week. All of it happened in a week. We had to be out in a month. You know, and what happened was we were paying our bills, but they weren't paying theirs. And people show up and hey, you guys got to go. I'm talking about accepting life on life's terms, man. Even when the terms don't look very happy, presentable, or inviting, right? They don't look desirable. I'm talking about staying clean beyond the shit that's easy. You know, it's real easy to stay clean when you have a functional environment that helps you do that. But when you're left up to your own thoughts and your own thinking, I don't know about you, but when I go through something, my head gets loud. And all them voices that I've heard all my life are still there. They still talk to me. They still tell me to do erratic things, do crazy stuff. And when all that was happening, I got a phone call. And see, for those of you that don't know the other side of my story, which I'll tell you more about later when we do a one-on-one, but I used to traffic cocaine through transportation. And we're talking about big transportation, big trucks. I owned 32 trucks at one time. I've been a multi-millionaire twice, and I've owned 2 multi-million-dollar companies, okay? I don't tell you that to brag. I just tell you that because at the end of the road, like I need you to, you heard that, right? You think about all that money. You think about all the possibilities. Now let me tell you what the end of my road looked like. Living in a 1993 station wagon with a bullet in my shoulder, a bullet in my hip, and I was still running down on a nickel. I was living in a 1993 Honda station wagon with all the windows busted out. I was tired. I was worn out. I weighed 130 pounds. My eyes were sunk in my head. I don't even remember the transition from the day that they arrested me to the point where I got to LA County Jail from Long Beach. I don't remember the ride. I was tired. Like I'm talking about the tired that your body just can't even stay awake. I mean, like you could have did anything to me. Lift me up, move me, throw me. Like I was so embarrassed. When I finally hit rehab, I was so embarrassed that I didn't even recognize the person that I was looking at in the mirror, man. And people would say something to me and I would cower down. I wouldn't say nothing back because I didn't have no weight on me. You know what I mean? I looked down, I let them do what they wanted. And I kept telling myself in the back of my head, one of these days, man, I'm gonna do some push-ups. I'm gonna eat this bread, I'm gonna eat these potatoes, I'm gonna fuck you up. You know? Because that's my thinking, that's as far as my thinking could get me. When they asked me what I wanted when I hit rehab, they said, what do you want? And you know what I told them, man? This is as far as my thinking could get. I said, man, I want a new Pro Club, a new pair of kicks, and a brand new pair of Levi's. Man, I didn't even ask for socks or drawers. That's as far as I could think. Man, I'm so glad that I didn't get what I asked for because I would have missed the mark so fucking, it was so low. Because that's as far as I could see, and that's how I seen myself. I would aim low. You know, today, like, I'm doing exactly what I want to do, man. Like, we have a custom Harley shop out in Riverside. It's beautiful. I get to do what I enjoy every day. Like, I get to do my dream. I live my dream out every single day. And I get angry. And sometimes I get frustrated because there ain't enough money. Or something ain't going my way, or this bike wants to fight me and there's a ghost in it and I can't seem to fix the problem. And on that note, I'm gonna take you to step one. See, when you understand step one, we admitted that we are powerless over our addiction and that our lives have become unmanageable. I don't know what your unmanageability looks like, but mine comes in the form of anger. And see, when I'm angry, I can't think of any other thought. No logical thought, nothing you say, nothing anybody else says is going to get to me because all I can see is red. That's what unmanageability looks like to me. Can anybody identify? Anybody else get angry like that? Yeah. Me too. Me too, right? This is the biggest Me Too movement on the world. You're not unique. You're not the only one. If you haven't heard your story, give it time. Keep coming back. Sooner or later you will. Everybody gets a turn in the bucket, man. Everybody gets a ride around the merry-go-round, you know? Step two, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Being restored to sanity, a restoration, is to be returned back to a whole piece. And for me, that was love in my heart. Sanity was a peace of mind. I wasn't living under an obsession. I wasn't running down on nickels anymore. I wasn't trying to get girls to prostitute for me. Like I wasn't trying to hustle in any way, shape, or form. Like the obsession to use was lifted. I did not want to use drugs anymore, and I was able to take that and turn that on anything in my life. Then I turned it to cigarettes, then vape, and I haven't done that in 3.5 years. But today it's food. It's food, right? And the crazy part is I'm a diabetic, and certain things that I eat are insulin spikers, and what it's doing is it's killing me. It's taking life off my life. If you catch what I'm saying. So every time I put something in my mouth that ain't good for me, whether it be a pipe, food, or something else, I start dying. Like literally, physically dying. Man, I got to ask myself, do I love myself enough not to do those things today? But I'm not. I do love myself, but I'm not strong enough. See, you got to understand, I'm still living with the disease of addiction. I told you that when I started, I'm living with the disease of addiction, and it will come in forms and fashions and ways. Man, look at that cheesecake over there. Man, boy. My disease works like this. That apple pie sitting in the refrigerator, I will go down and tell myself I'm going to have one piece. And I go get one. And then I go up to the room and I eat it. And then my head goes, man, you know what? Hey, you know there's more pie down there. Then I start thinking about it some more, man, and my head will go again. Hey, man, I told you that it gets louder. I told you there was some pie down there. And there's some whipped cream, too. See? And I'll keep going back and forth until the whole pie is gone. And I wake up in the morning and I'm sick and my blood sugar is at 500 and I can't get it down. And I don't know why I'm feeling this way. I'm asking myself, why are you feeling this way? Well, you dumbass. You know what I'm saying? You just ate a whole pie and you're diabetic. With the whipped cream, right? And the ice cream. And the cherry pie. And the cheesecake, right? Like, because this is how my disease operates. My disease is progressive, incurable, and fatal. 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 And this is why I told you guys to look around the room. Because here's the truth. We're going to get a phone call. We're going to hear it across the wire. Yep. One of you are dead. Yep. One of you overdosed. It's guaranteed. The question is, which one of you is it going to be? Because I don't know. Or maybe it's not the drugs. Maybe you go back to your hood. Somebody shoots you because it's the lifestyle. Now you got some weight on you and you got a big mouth because your ego tells you you're a bad mofo. But then you run across somebody like me in my 20s and I don't give a damn. Bow! I don't care who you think you are. Pop, pop, pop. It's the lifestyle. See, if the drugs don't get you, the lifestyle will. They tell you got to change everything around here. Curtis gave me a 10-minute warning, man. So we made the decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. That's number 3. When I talk about turning my will and my life over to something greater than myself, it's I'm turning my thoughts and my actions. Because my thoughts, think about it. I got intrusive thoughts. Even sitting right here, man, I'm having sex like a motherfucker. Just saying. I'm doing all kinds of freaky shit up here. And then over here, I'm working. Back here, I'm trying to figure out how to make more money. Over here, I'm wondering what the shop's doing. And my partner's hitting me up right now, and I wonder what he lost and can't find because he's running around looking like the Mr. Scientist. You know, like the mad scientist in the shop. He ain't got no hair to pull out because it's already gone. You know, he did too many U-turns under the sheets. You know what I mean? The truth of the matter is, man, is that when I turn my will, which is my thoughts and my actions, over to the care of God, and I have to stop and do this situational. And what I'm referring to is being in rehab or being around somebody and he just on my last nerve. Like he been pumping, he been stepping on me, he been pressing me for like 2-3 days now. And I'm like, get off my line, man. Because you know what I'm saying? You know how close to death you are right now? Like, you know what I'll do to you? See, this is the type of disease I come from. This is how my disease operates. This is how my disease works. But when I turn those thoughts over to God and I stop instantly and immediately and I stop and I go to a power greater than myself and say, Nancy, what do I do? Help me. I get good orderly direction. See, I talk to God. See, my God works through each and every one of you, man. And I'm able to talk to somebody else, and I'm able to get some perception, and I'm able to get some information that stops me from doing something erratic that's going to cost me my life. I had to hire a personal person, man, to help me learn how to eat. Serious. Because when you don't know, you ask somebody who does.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know is the most non-humiliating thing that you can do, but it is when you find humility. When you can actually say, I don't know what my dilemma is, can you help me figure it out, and can you help me with my problem? And that's what I found in Narcotics Anonymous, man. I'm not quiet today. I don't keep my mouth shut. I was a really shy person, but I was violent. See, the Marine Corps spent a lot of money on me to teach me how to hurt people in a very destructive way. For those of you that weren't or didn't serve time or didn't serve in the military, that's okay, because you learn from your predecessors behind those gated communities or in the neighborhood or wherever Vadio or wherever you're from, right? Because once like I said, man, those misinformed people, man. Like what I realized through this third step is that I didn't have a relationship with God. So what God was doing all my life was when I was praying, he was sending the package to freedom on a whole nother street. And I was on the other side of the street waiting for the package. And I couldn't receive it because I was in the wrong place. But when I came to Narcotics Anonymous, they taught me how to sit still and be still.
That's right.
They told me sit down and relax, man. Take it easy. Like I'm not going to tell you to sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. No, man. That's bullshit. That's the way they used to do it when we came into Narcotics Anonymous. So I heard. Thank God for Zoom, because see, I got clean on the screen, and they knew exactly what I needed, how I needed it, and where I needed to be to get it. Because had you said some shit like that to me in a meeting, man, I'll tear your head off. Because I told you I was angry and violent. So I needed a specific time by myself, but I needed to be able to receive the information. I needed to be able to hear the information, so that way it gave me time to calm down so that I could find a sponsor, and I found one after 9 months. And after a year, I started working steps. And it took me almost 3 years to get through my first round. And it wasn't because I wasn't doing it. It's because I developed this opportunity to see what it was that I needed to do for me, right? And I do this for me, through you, for us. See, it's very difficult sometimes to understand where we are because we're always looking out, man. Like, I need you guys. I used to go to the meeting all the time on Sunday. I used to look forward to seeing the guys from Fred Brown because I get to see myself each and every day, and I get to watch you guys develop. I get to see how you guys take to this program and what you do with it. And I get to see the ones that start developing. They get life back into them. And when you first see them, they don't want to hug you. You'd be lucky if you could get one of these handshakes like this. And 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, man, they're running you down to give you a hug, damn near tackling you in the meeting, right? And then it comes, see, I want to take this opportunity, man, just to give you guys a piece, because there's so much that I could talk about in Narcotics Anonymous. There's so much literature, so many things that run through my mind that would give me so much to share about, but I want you to see this and I want you to view it, because this is how it was for me in my active addiction, right? At first, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. Can anybody identify with having a good time?
Absolutely.
Man, it was fun. I could have sex for hours, I could stay up for days, I could accomplish a whole lot of stuff, and eventually, after everybody stopped and they went home, I didn't. See, I kept going back. And then it became a habit. See? And once you have a habit is something that you've done. It becomes habitual, it becomes natural, it becomes like second nature. It's something that it becomes a necessity after some time. So now I need it, right? I gotta have it. I can't function without it. Truth of the matter, man, it don't matter how much of it you put in me or how much you give me, I can't function with or without drugs. So when I got here, I remember reading that. I also remember through my inability, man, I share these things with you guys, man, in hopes that maybe I could become an attraction. Now, I'm not talking about the sexual one, but for some of y'all, I know. I look good. I'm doing all right. The truth is, right, the example, I want to be a vision of hope. How my man was at 90 days or 100 days or whatever it is from graduation, you're a vision of hope for me, right? Like I get to see the vision of hope in all of you. Anthony, man. Like I get to see certain people, Patrick, visions of hope. So like these are the new leaders of the day. These are the examples in which I want to be like. You know, when you could come into a process that allows you to practice 12 principles, man, honesty, open-mindedness, willingness, hope, faith, hope, helping other people evolve, hearing other people's experience. For you newcomers, happy our program exists.
Right.
right? Like, we're the hope. This is the hope shot to let you know that your dreams can come true, that you could live a new way of life, that you could take this and run with it, like he said. But what I do know is, like, I don't do everything right. Like, I know that. Like, I mess up all the time, man, you know? But it's the people that stick with me. Like, even when I mess up. Because I'm always looking out. I can see your problem. I know what's wrong with you. Don't you know? I could tell each and every one of you. I could analyze you right now because I have 2 master's degrees. One in mechanical engineering and another one in human services and psychology, right? And don't judge a book by its cover. I hear the alarm going off, right? So I'm going to wrap it up with this. Narcotics Anonymous has a message, and it's any addict can stop using drugs, lose the desire to use, and find a new way to live. And I'm going to tell you guys this story real quick. I'm going to take 2 minutes to tell a story, because stories are important. Because sometimes you may not hear anything I said, but you'll remember this story. So there was a sponsor that went to a sponsor, and he said, hey, man, will you sponsor me? You know? And he basically told him, he said, I never stopped sponsoring you since the last time we met. He said, you disappeared, but I can't keep you clean, so I suggest you go talk to your God. So later on that night, that sponsee goes and he starts praying and he starts talking to God. And he says, God, can you help me stay clean? And the young man tells God, can you help me stay clean? And God says, well, how much money you got in your pocket? How much money you got in your pocket? He says, well, I'm going to tell you what. Give me that money. Give me all of it, because recovery is going to cost you that. He says, but God, if I give you my money, I can't put any gas in my car. He said, you got a car? He said, well, give me that too, because recovery is going to cost you that. He said, but if I give you my car, I can't get to work. He said, what? You got a job? He said, well, give me that job, because recovery is going to cost you that. He said, but if I give you my job, God, I can't go see my kids. He said, now you got kids? He said, well, give me your kids. Give me them too, because recovery is going to cost you that. He said, but God, if I give you my kids, I won't have a life. God just kind of stopped for a minute and paused and looked down on him. He said, you got a life? You call that living? So here's what I'm going to do for you, God says. He says, that money you got, that money I took from you, I'm going to give it back, but I'm going to show you how to spend it and invest it. He said, in that car I took from you, I'm going to give you that back too, but it's going to come with the opportunity to learn how to drive it. Ooh, and that job you got, we're going to take that job, we're going to turn it into a career, and I'm going to show you how to work it. He said, and those kids you got, I'm going to give you back those too. But I'm going to show you how to love, appreciate, and respect them. He said, and never forget where that life came from. It's mine. But I'm going to give you life, but I'm going to teach you how to live it. The moral of this story is to take the opportunity in which you are given, because you're given a new way of life. Take this and run with it. Ask questions. If you don't know, the main thing is just stay still, man. But you may have to give up some things around here. And what to you may look like freedom when other people are out having a good time, or when somebody buys a new car, or when somebody gets a better job. It's all right, because sometimes we lose these things. But when we stay clean through it, that's when we show that the program works. Thanks for letting me share.
That's right.